So I thought Jesus was all about love and caring everybody, but he says some pretty harsh things to this woman just for like something, for wanting to heal her daughter.
Yeah, the story you're talking about can be found in Matthew 15:21 through 28. Let me read it. And Jesus went out from there and withdrew to the district of Tyre and Sidon. And behold, a Canaanite woman came from the region and was crying out, "Have mercy on me, O Lord, Son of David. My daughter is severely oppressed by a demon." But he did not answer her a word. And his disciples came and begged him, saying, "Send her away, for she is crying out after us." And he answered, "I was sent only to the lost sheep of the house of Israel." But she came and knelt before him, saying, "O Lord, help me." And he answered, "It is not right to take the children's bread and throw it to the dogs." And she said, "Yes, Lord, yet even the dogs eat the crumbs that fall from their master's table." Then Jesus answered her, "O woman, great is your faith. Be it done for you as you desire." And her daughter was healed instantly.
Yeah, but he healed her, but still at first it's calls her a dog and seems to dismiss her at first.
Yeah. Well, I think there's a number of things going on here, but look at the very first verse. We see that Jesus withdrew from the region that he was in, which was the Jewish area, and he went to the district of Tyre and Sidon, which was a Gentile area. So he was going into a Gentile area specifically to meet them. And this isn't the only time that we see Jesus doing this, going into a Gentile area. And then we see at the end of the passage, at the end, he goes right back into the Jewish area. So he went specifically for this reason to meet this woman.
Yeah, but he still said some harsh things to that woman.
Yeah. So notice in the passage, who is the first person to talk after the woman makes her plea? It's the disciples. And the disciples say, "Send her away." They're annoyed. And I think we see here, Jesus is using this interaction to teach his disciples something very important. Because his disciples see Jesus as the Messiah, the Jewish Messiah. He's here for the Jews. And we see this, Jesus kind of plays into that idea when he says, "I was sent only to the lost sheep of the house of Israel." And then the woman comes back and asks him again. And then Jesus uses that analogy of the dogs and the children, which again feeds into kind of what the disciples would have been assuming. Jesus was the Jewish Messiah. He wasn't here for the Gentiles. But Jesus looked at the woman and he knew, and he saw her faith. And he knew, and we see this in other places where he can read what people are thinking. We see that with the Pharisees. And so Jesus knew what she was thinking. He knew that she would have persistent faith. And so he uses this interaction as an opportunity to teach his disciples something really important. That Jesus wasn't here just for the Jews. He was here for the Gentiles as well. And we see that as she comes to him and pleads, he then says, "Great is your faith. Be it done to you as you desire." And her daughter is instantly healed. And so his disciples are learning this important lesson that, yes, Jesus is the Jewish Messiah. His mission was primarily to the Jews, but he was here to save all people. And then we see this at the end of Jesus' life, as he is going up into heaven, after he has died and been resurrected. Jesus calls the disciples to go into all the nations, that is to the Jews and to the Gentiles, and preach the gospel.